Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only, just David. Got to clean off my screen here, you guys. Oh gosh, you guys, where do we begin? We got to talk about the exit of Monica Garcia. Let's talk some Beverly Hills afterwards. I got some Alexis and John Jansen stuff to talk about. Listen, so we got to go fast. But okay, first of all, out of everyone watching, I'm sure some of you are happy about this, but so many of you have slipped into my DMs. You guys are really upset. Look, in retrospect, this just makes so much sense. Shame on me. Shame on me for ever thinking that Monica was going to stay. You know, I always go to the corporate reason for things. It's just how my mind thinks. I don't know if it's because I ran HR for so long. I don't know if it's because I was a lawyer. That's how my mind thinks. Duh, of course we're here. Hindsight's 2020 though, right? So let's talk about how this happened, why it did not happen, all the things that are being said, and what's really happened. It's like, look, so where do we want to begin? Um, let's just start with the obvious. Well, I guess it's not obvious. I can't read one more statement that says, the cast wouldn't work with her and this and that. And we'll get into Andy's statements, but this happened really because it's a production corporate nightmare. It has nothing to do with a whole bunch of people that just didn't want to work with her anymore. So let's just be honest, right? Because I mean, we here behind the velvet rope, and I really think this is why you listen to me. We actually have conversations here, like in the real world. Like, we don't pretend like what you're watching is actually like what's real, right? I mean, everyone wouldn't want to film with Tom Sandoval, and here we are. And here we are with Vanderpump Rules. Like, there have been how many times have people not wanted to film with Teresa? Do you remember the season that nobody wanted to film with Teresa, that they had to bring Danielle Staub back? I mean, what about in the past when everyone wasn't speaking with Teresa? They went out and found her friends. We're not going to fire Teresa Giudice. We're not going to fire Tom Sandoval because they're good corporate soldiers. And I don't mean any shade in that. Good corporate soldiers go far. So let's just be honest and stop saying that, Lisa Barlow said that she wouldn't film with her, that Heather said the trust was broken. Look, I think that factored into it, but it's really because of production in corporate, and this became a nightmare. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know who else is going to lie to you, but I'm not going to pretend that the real world doesn't exist. Now, let's all stay calm. Let's stay calm. Yeah, it sucks. We're all in this together. It's our fifth year together here behind the velvet rope. We're going to get through this, but it sucks. Okay. And you guys have been with me for 5 years, so you should know better. And I know that my listeners don't think this is because of the cast. Now, look, hindsight's 2020. I'm like, God, how could I have ever thought she was going to be back? Well, I thought she was going to be back because the ratings are not great for Salt Lake. The ratings for Housewives in general are way down. Beverly Hills is having a good season. And I just figured, I mean, the candle is the flame is going out, right? The heydays of Housewives, we're still talking about it. It still exists. It's not going anywhere. But the heyday, it's so I'm like, doesn't this breathe new life into the whole franchise? Do I think this was as big as Teresa's table flip? Probably a close second. I don't think it was as big because it was so new then, and they played that scary music, and we had mob overtones and undertones to Teresa's table flip. I don't think it was as big, but I think it was near damn as big. So I just figured, with failing ratings and like a network that really, really, if you want to be honest here, has not had any new programming that has worked. We had Girlfriends in Paris. Anyone watch? We had the Love Matchmaker show. I had them on. I had three of them on. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but what was that show? Love Match Atlanta. I mean, anyone watch that? Anyone watch that? We have Southern Hospitality, which is chugging along. I mean, we have Winter House. That's kind of something new in the past few years, but not past year. Remember the days of Tabitha's Takeover, Jeff Lewis, Ladies of London, Patty Stanger, Rachel Zoe Project. Then we could throw in like Nine by Design. We could throw in Million Dollar Decorators. We had new Bravo shows all the time. A huge breakout hit. I mean, Winter House is a mild hit. Summer House is probably the last thing which premiered on Bravo new, which has made it. So I just figured with this being the second highest rated episode in Salt Lake Housewives history, that despite all these issues, that we had to keep Monica. Now in hindsight, duh. You know, look, I think a couple of things. I think it's a nightmare for corporate for a couple of reasons. You know, and why I loved Monica and why I think people should be outraged is like, to me, and maybe I'm just being really cerebral and in my thoughts today, but I can't have a lobotomy at this point in my life. So I can't untrain my mind to think certain ways. But to me, Monica was us. It was me. It was all of you. We have Support the Bloggers and TreyFab and Housewife Historians and all the other, housewife accounts that are being run by individuals. It was us. It was the everyday person who became a housewife. Your guys' dreams. Would I become a housewife? Absolutely. Give me the 60,000, give me the 120, and just let me have my side project and let me like spin it off and just let me make some money. Then everyone would be pulling up every word I've ever said. So don't get me wrong. There are some negatives to being a housewife, and I would probably be canceled if I was a housewife pretty quickly, but a girl can dream, right? But so I think bringing Monica back to me is kind of like saying fuck you to casting. It's kind of like saying fuck you to production. The average everyday person who's talking about Bravo and maybe saying things you don't like, one, it's like the proverbial crossing of behind the velvet rope. I mean, it's also kind of now turning, and there's an article, the Hollywood Life article to me is when like the light went off. So it's also like saying like Monica cheated the system. She had this troll, or as she calls it, a snark account that she ran, and she